I am Airman Jeremiah Forkworth, your narrator for today's event. Today you will observe a change of command in which the responsibility and leadership of the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron passed from Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Abweg to Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Pierce. We are honored to recognize the presiding officer for today's ceremony, the commander, 55th Communications Group, Colonel Rachel Friestrom. We would like to extend a special welcome to the families of the official party. Lieutenant Colonel Abweg's wife, Lieutenant Colonel Chastine Abweg, their children Alexander, Aria May, and Davian Maximus, his mother and father, Nanita Abweg, and retired Master Sergeant Rolando Abweg, his brother and sister-in-law James and Kristen Abweg, his brother-in-law and his wife Neil and Fawn Renato, his family and all the Abwegs traveling in from Massachusetts, California, and Georgia. Lieutenant Colonel Pierce's wife Jessica Pierce, their daughter Jordan, and their son Jack, his mother and father Marcia and Gary Pierce, his mother and father-in-law Margaret and Mike Letson, and four special guests from the 55th SCS in 2009, retired Chief Master Sergeant Quinton Otto, retired Senior Master Sergeant Al Dawson, and retired Master Sergeant Michael Bosch. Additionally, we are very pleased to have numerous distinguished guests in attendance with us today. Please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. Colonel Kenneth Fetters, Commander 55th Maintenance Group. Chief Master Sergeant Jesse Lewandowski, Senior Enlisted Leader, 55th Maintenance Group. Chief Master Sergeant Daniel Rodriguez, Senior Enlisted Leader, 55th Communications Group. Colonel Troy Ruby, J2N, U.S. STRATCOM. Representing the Commander, 55th Operations Group, is Lieutenant Colonel Jason Taylor, Deputy Commander, 55th Operations Group. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, civilian leaders, and the men and women of Team Offutt that are joining us today. The change of command ceremony you are about to witness is deeply rooted in military tradition, dating back to Frederick the Great of Prussia. Throughout history, military organizations have developed flags with unique signs. If the banner still waved after the conflict, it was a sign that their side had not tasted defeat on the field of battle. Having this position of great importance, that flag was incorporated into the change of command ceremony. The organizational banner was exchanged in public for all to see, that the person who holds the flag is the unchallenged leader of the armies. The modern-day ceremony is principally symbolic, yet it still announces to all the authority of the incoming commander in the finest military tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and the singing of the national anthem by Senior Airman Dylan Kramer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Senior Airman Kramer. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is a privilege to present to you our 55th Communications Group.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Is that better? Welcome. Welcome to the family members. When you get old enough to command, more and more often your family can't help be here for these occasions, but it's their love and support that get you here. So a special thanks to all the family members today, and for those who are out in virtual streaming, one of those Nanitas not with us here this morning, definitely a special welcome and thank you for all your love and support. Also here with us, we do have John's wife, Lieutenant Colonel Chestina Wegg, who took command of her own strategic communications squadron just last week. Welcome, Chestina. Congratulations on that. Your children, Alexander, who still doesn't remember me, Aria and Damien, John's parent, retired Master Sergeant Rolando Wegg. Great to see you again, sir. We also have quite a bit of family traveling in from all across the nation. We got Massachusetts. Can I get a, yeah, Massachusetts, California. We've got, hey, and Georgia, which is not Colorado. Welcome to the Weggs. Thanks so much for your love and support. Welcome to Kyle's family. You have your own cheering section, so we'll go through them as well. Kyle's wife, Jessica. I haven't met you yet, man, but we're going to get to be friends, I promise. He met Jessica here often, and it only took him 10 years to get back here. Well done, Kyle. Well done. They have their children with us today is Jordan and Jack. Good morning, teammates. And both sets of parents, welcome to Marcia and Gary Pierce, and to Margaret and Mike Lenson. I'm going to say hello to my teammates in the front row, Colonel Feathers, Chief Lou, the maintenance group, proud to have you here today. Chief Rod, he's here to catch me if I fall on my Barbie heels. Thank you, sir. Troy and Tamara, well, I don't think I've met you yet, man, but I'm really glad. I know you guys are big supporters of the Weggs. Thanks so much for coming here today. Colonel Taylor, thank you for representing the Ops group. Appreciate you. Chief Runyon, he's going to be Colonel Pierce's right hand man. You got a winner there, winner. So thank you of all our distinguished visitors for participating today. Again, your support means a lot. This is a paid-for announcement. Ceremonies like today look simple. You should never trust looks. Smooth and fast is a result of study and preparation. I want to thank Aaron Former, Tech Sergeant Macari, Senior Airman Kramer. He was the guy that should have been on American Idol just now. A1C Harris, A1C Wagner, Captain Hines, Lieutenant White. Our ushers, I think a lady that got strong-armed into videoing just earlier this morning. Bring it on. Our ushers, our amazing photographers, their leaders, and our protocol team. Okay, the main event. Today, we celebrate the passing of the guidon for the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron from one great leader, Lieutenant Colonel John Wegg, to another great leader, Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Pierce. He goes by Hawkeye. I'll have to get an adult beverage and talk about that, but the boss says we can do Diet Coke, so this has become easier. We'll have to figure that out. In this moment that we're about to witness, the burden of leadership for the mission for the airmen will just magically slide off of John's shoulders and settle on Colonel Pierce. No one will be able to see it, but you will feel visibly or physically the weight settle upon you, Kyle. I know you're no stranger to it, but that's what we're about to see here today. For the families, you don't often get to hear about what your fathers, husbands, sons do, so I'm going to take this opportunity to provide a little context for this awesome responsibility. We can trace this squadron back to 1946, when it was the 30th Communications Squadron at Andrews Airfield. For the history buffs in the room, that is pre-Air Force. The Air Force was founded in 1947, so this is an old and historic unit. The mission then was to provide communications to headquarters Strategic Air Command, and that meant qualified to be the commander of this unique unit. As we mentioned, the Strategic Communications Squadron has pieces of multiple other missions that only live here at Offutt. There's no Air Force training for what we do. That requires a leader who is comfortable with unknowns and capable of learning new things to succeed. John, you are that leader. In addition to your impressive communications chops, you've been a wing exec, the Chief of Strategy for the Air Force Chief Information Office, and a speechwriter for the United States Strategic Command. And you've been wildly successful. General Cotton, you guys know that, right? It's kind of a big deal. Says you are a natural leader and named you his #1 lieutenant colonel. All of those activities are selective, and none of them have had anything to do with communications. So that was you. You took this unit and all the things in it and said, I can do this, I can learn, and I can lead you. And we're real proud of you for that. So those are your technical qualifications. Now for your soft skills. You have a great sense of humor. And you are not shy about your favorite color. And while we appreciate the flair you bring to every occasion, there's something else you bring that maybe you don't talk about, but it makes a big difference. You have a big heart. And you loved your airmen from day one. Couple inflection points here. Nebraska is either really hot or really, really cold. And you spent almost $100,000 on really, really, really nice jackets for your airmen. There's lots of places you could put that money, but you took care of a pressing need for your airmen. You also knew your airmen needed to be physically and mentally sharp. So you turned the mighty Major Field loose on them in the gym and the office to mercilessly exercise the team. I still have scar tissue, brother. And we're gonna get into all the mission accomplishments they got into later. I will read your declaration, but I want you to know that I saw you. You set the example, and you gave your airmen the space and time to be smart and tough. Finally, who can forget Phantom Nation? I see all you in the back. Your booster club, your officers, your senior enlisted, your families are all proud Phantoms. And that's a key element of a high-performing team. You poured into this team and will leave it better than you found it. Job well done. Welcome, Kyle. You come to us from the 53rd Computer Systems Squadron as a graduated commander. And as you mentioned, you are no stranger to Offutt or the Strategic Communications Squadron. We have high expectations of you to carry on the excellence from then and now, but also to reach new highs. We have to. We are preparing for the near-peer fight of our generation. Our readiness will keep the adversary at bay or ensure defeat if they dare. Just a couple words of advice. Spend a little of your time moving things off your desk as fast as possible. Spend the rest loving your airmen, enabling them, and having their back. You got this. We got you. Before we move on to decoration, you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Colonel Gway. It's okay. He's just moving over to Stratcom. Colonel Rubin will continue to take care of him. Thank you, sir. And you will still be part of our communicator family. John, we wish you and Chess team all the best.
Citation to accompany the award of the Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Upweg. 2nd Oak Leaf Cluster, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan V. Upweg, Meritorious Service, 27 June 2023 to 30 June 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan V. Upweg distinguished himself in the performance of meritorious service as Commander, 55th Strategic Communications Squadron, Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska. During this period, Colonel Upweg led risk analysis for the relocation of hardened satellite communications to a new $110 million facility. His team collected concerns from U.S. STRATCOM, United States Space Force, AFMC, and ACC, and developed mitigations plans to minimize downtime to the Global Operations Center, a no-fail mission. Additionally, Colonel Upweg deployed 10 members to install and operate a $3.5 million ground data support and processing system. Their timely expertise enabled key intelligence dissemination capabilities for the $3.8 billion RC-135 fleet at Offutt's newest forward operating location. Finally, Colonel Upweg drove the transfer and repair of 2 mobile intelligence kits and showcased the capability for the first time at the Wing's largest exercise. His team expertly deployed and maintained the intelligence network and 2 other networks in support of a successful 255-man unit of action, underpinning ACC's highest marks for the Foundational Readiness Inspection and Combat Readiness Inspection. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Upweg reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. It is my honor to introduce to you the commander of the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Upweg.
Good morning, everybody. Before I start, I just want to read a definition real quick, just to get things out of the way. Merriam-Webster definition of crying: to shed tears, often noisily. So unless the tear falls down like Jeep, it is not crying. All right. And out of the way now, because I know there's going to be, people saying I cried. I did not cry. So now that that's out of the way, got to start off with a bunch of thank yous. Thank you to the wing leadership. I know Colonel Ray, Colonel Backus, and Colonel Maruska are busy. They couldn't make it here, so I want to thank them for their leadership. Colonel Ray didn't hire me, but he didn't fire me, so that's always a good thing. Colonel Fetters, Chief, thank you for coming out to support for the MXG. Chief Rod, thank you for all your support. You were my SEL for 4 months, and then you didn't like me, so you moved up to the group. It's fine. It's fine. you didn't get fired. You got promoted. Colonel Ruby, thanks for all your mentorship throughout the years. I instructed under Colonel Ruby down at SOS, and then he got to pin on 05. He promoted me to 05 a couple years ago. So thank you for all your leadership, mentorship, and and allowing me to explore the spaces down in Alabama. Ma'am, thank you for coming. It's been a long time since I've seen you, so thank you for coming. Jason, thanks for representing the OG. Thanks for coming. We do a lot for y'all, and thank you for hooking up our airmen with flights. I know your flying units are doing a lot to kind of get our guys flights when they can. So thank you. Colonel Freestrom, thank you for not firing me as well. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me again explore the spaces and the bounds of command. So thank you, and thank you to your predecessor, Colonel Hensley, as well, for hiring me. Thank you to the support team that put this on, Captain Hines, Lieutenant White, Airman Fourclaw. Airman Kramer, great job singing. You sang for my change of command 2 years ago. Again, if I hit the 10-minute mark, start humming the Air Force song, that's my get off the stage moment, all right? So, looking at you. Thank you for all the ushers. Thanks for putting on your service dress and helping make this ceremony feel outstanding. And then thanks, Sergeant Mari, for looking so sharp. for coming. Thanks for support. You've been rocking it in 1 year of command. I know the next year is gonna just come easy to you. So thank you for all your support. Mike, Comm Squadron, Cyber Squadron. I don't know what you guys call yourselves nowadays. You guys just pick a different name every week. Awesome. Thank you for coming. Thanks for all your support the last year. I know we had a lot of back and forth type of thing, and it was all healthy. And thanks for pushing me to be better. So I appreciate it. And then Chief Brown, thanks for coming. Good luck on your PCS to Scott. So, and then Roger, Keith, thank you for all your support. The civilians hold down the fort when the military are gallivanting around the world. They have all the historical knowledge. Al has all the historical knowledge from the 30th Comm Squadron. Something like that. Weren't you the part? No, I'm sorry. Sorry, I got my shot there. So yeah, but thank you for everything you guys do. Next is my family, my wife in the back there. Thank you for all your support. You're commanding the lesser known strategic comm squadron. It's fine. One day you'll be out in the big leagues like us. It's fine. The squadron is lucky to have you as a leader. Thank you for all the support over the last 2 years. Thank you for all the unfiltered advice. You know, there's times where I wanted Chastain's opinion, not Lieutenant Colonel of Wayne's opinion, but I appreciate everything you do and support and everything you do for the family. Thank you. I love you. So the kids, Alexander and Arvia and Davian back there, you guys have grown up so much. I love seeing you guys grow up every day. Thank you for all the support and supporting me and Mom while we work long nights. And then command wasn't hard enough, so we decided to have Davian, so gotta throw in the diaper bag and all that good stuff. Pops, thank you for everything. I joined the Air Force because of you. It's full circle moment. I actually retired you 11 years ago on this same stage. It's pretty cool to be up here doing my change of command in the same spot. I got to retire you after 33 years of service. I know Mom is in the hospital right now. We love you, Mom. After this, we're all 15 of us, 18 of us, 20 of us, however many of us are heading to the hospital towards Europe to make sure you're doing okay. We love you, Mom. We wish you were here. And if you ever talk to my airmen in the squadron, hopefully they can tell you I've led in your example, Bob. You always took care of the airmen, and I hope I made you proud that I've taken care of this unit for the last 2 years. And to the family that flew in, thank you very much. I know it's always fun when it's like, hey, come to Nebraska, right? It's like, that's always on your bingo card, right? Thanks for coming out and support. I know it's hard for us all to come together, so thank you for coming out. We celebrated my dad. We threw him a surprise birthday party over the weekend. So really they're here for him, not for me. I'm just an add-on. So, but no, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you guys' support through the years. I know I haven't been around a lot since I've been gallivanting around the world. Thank you. I really do appreciate you guys spending time with us and being here for this big meeting. Cool. All right. Next is Phantoms. I've said like 20 goodbyes to y'all through Phantom Fridays, going aways, Top Golf, all those morale events. Thank you for everything. It was a dream come true, leading the caliber of airmen we have in this unit. Y'all knocked it out of the park. I rarely had to worry about the mission because I knew you guys were just killing it, right? Like I said, not taking a shot at the Comm Squadron, I'm sorry. If it's broken, it's usually a Comm Squadron, right? Our shit doesn't break because we can't let it break, right? So, sorry, curse words, I apologize, they're used to it. So, but y'all take care of the mission because we can't let the mission fail because we're so directly tied to the mission, like Operation said. And so y'all knock it out of the park. It's very rare that we have to report up that something's broken. Because if something's broken within 30 minutes to an hour, y'all are already fixing it. So I thank you for everything you guys do every day. I know it's hard to get visibility around the wing because of our mission sets, but it's because our this is the highlight of my career commanding. They always say commanding a squadron is the highlight of an officer's career. And, you know, at first you're like, they are stressed every day for 2 years. How is that the highlight of somebody's career, right? But it's not every day you could change the culture of an organization, right? And get to know all the airmen on a first name basis, right? So it's truly been an honor. I do want to leave. I'm a big Ted Lasso fan. I've been saying that since my day one commander's call. I think I got like 4 people to watch it. Kind of hurts, but it's all right. Y'all missing out. So I'm going to end on the Ted Lasso quote. It's funny to think about the things in your life that can make you cry just knowing that they existed, can then become the same thing that make you cry knowing that they're now gone. When I first took command, I had no clue what I was doing. I still don't, right? But I was almost in tears because I wanted to make sure I led y'all properly in the right way, right? And it is truly heartbreaking that I won't be your guys' commander and working with y'all. So I truly will miss every single one of y'all. You guys are doing great things. Keep it up. And that's all I got. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel LeBoy. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under the provisions of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and in accordance with Special Order Number General Order 25-007 and 041, dated 30 June 2025, Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Pierce is appointed Commander, 55th Strategic Communications Squadron, succeeding Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Abway, effective 30 June 2025, by order of Colonel Rachel Friestrom, Commander, 55th Communications Group, Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska.
Man, I really give a shit.
Ma'am, I assume command. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Commander of the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Pierce.
Okay, usually the new guy is fast, but since this is a return visit, I've got some thanks to do. I do have it down to 6 minutes, so let's rock and roll. So first off, thanks to the team for setting this up. I swear that rendition is unbelievable. I'm glad he's staying for 20 years. I do have plenty to be thankful for. To all our DVs, thank you so much for coming. Maintenance group, ops group, very much looking forward to working with you guys. Colonel Ruby, I can't believe I'm running into you again, sir. John thinks you're here for him, but I know you're here for me. To all commanders and friends, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys carving some time out of your schedule to be here. To my family, excuse me. To my family and friends, the responsibility of the nation would not be as possible if it wasn't for you guys, and that's the truth of it. And so to the Pierce family who trusted the Air Force with me 16 years ago, you've been so supportive of the military lifestyle, and I thank you. And then to the Lessons who who trusted me with their daughter for 12 years and let me steal her away and go around the world. Thank you so much. To my wife and kids, who have seen many bases and now a second command. So I sincerely appreciate you guys sticking it out, and the service is definitely not just for the member, it is for the dependents, it is for the family. To John Boyd and Joe Hall, I know you guys had a say and had a vote who was coming to replace you. And I'm so honored that it's my name that you gave them. Thank you so much for the turnover. I'm extremely lucky you guys aren't going very far. And if you don't answer your phone, I'll just have them cut off your nipper. So, Colonel Friedstrom, ma'am, I truly thank you for the trust and confidence that you placed in me and giving the 55th SCS responsibility to me. I wholeheartedly take that for what it is. It's not lost on me in any way. And I know we've talked about this before, but I'm happy to share with the team my two most important bedrock moral characters are honesty and loyalty. And I'll present those to you every day, I promise you. The same goes for the team. You guys can anytime walk in my office and ask for the honesty card and the loyalty card. It'll be there every day. I'm going to tell you, if you pull the honesty card, you have to be careful what question you ask me next. You know, honesty's coming. I've got 3 more thank yous, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me. We've already mentioned this is a return tour, and I've been here before. I'm not the first either. Heitzenrugger, Asperic. I'm the 3rd I know in the last 5 commanders that have been here as a young CGO and come back and take the helm. And so where's Heinz and White? I hope you guys like Offit. Good. If the unit's still here by then, it's yours. No, I did start out here. This was my first unit. I showed up here as a 2nd lieutenant. I can't imagine what I looked like. I know how nervous I was. And but I do have got some thank yous to go out. I was OIC of Amwick. I'm not sure what you guys are calling it now, but we'll talk about it. But for over a year, I was the only lieutenant walking around this squadron. And I think the ratio of senior NCOs to lieutenant was like 14-to-1. So I had nothing but mentorship waiting for me in the halls in every office. It did pay massive dividends, and I'm here to tell you thanks for that. So when you're a 2nd lieutenant OIC, you've got about 6 key positions that you're regularly learning from. And I'll let you guys decide who those are for you. But for me, I'm honored beyond measure that 3 of them are sitting right here. And you're local, and you guys are willing to dust off the retiree card and see if it still worked at the base gate and make it on. I can't wait to tell you this. So in 2009, the 55th SCS Dream Team is the chief, is a superintendent we said back then, is Chief Master Sergeant retired Quentin Otto. And the first sergeant at the time is a Master Sergeant retired Mike Bosch. And then my flight chief, who had 2 chairs in his office, one for him and then one for me when my EPRs were terrible, is Senior Master Sergeant retired Al Dawson. And so I'm so excited to tell you guys here today. I'll be remiss. Honorable mentions Miss Dibble, who's the secretary like I've never seen, a commander in her own right, and then is Lieutenant Colonel retired Aaron Banks and Colonel Ray Sport. And so that was the team that raised me. And so a special thanks to you 3 for all the time and energy you poured into me as a senior NCO. I imagine as a senior NCO, you felt like you were doing your duties as doing the diligence for the Air Force. But I'm happy to tell you now that as a 2nd lieutenant, it's everything. It's everything you're getting, and it's invaluable. And you've all 3 have been invaluable to me ever since. And I'm excited to tell you now publicly that your voice is echoed in my mind for the last 16 years. And even as a 1st lieutenant, I kid you not, I was already equipped to advise a chief, a young chief taking over a squadron and something he was confused on. And all I was doing was explaining Quentin Otto. And I'm sure he thought, how does this 1st lieutenant know what he's talking about? No, he did not. I was just explaining Quentin Otto. I had it happen again when I was developing a young 1st sergeant. I had it happen again when I was developing my 2nd flight chief. And so your voices have echoed in my mind for the last 16 years. And I couldn't be more thankful. All right, so, well, I'll just say this. You guys have shaped me as an officer then. You shaped me as an officer for the last 16 years, even when you weren't with me, because your voices and memories were. And you definitely shaped me as the officer and the commander I'm going to be for these guys next. And so with that, I'll turn to you guys. I have tried for the last 10 years to get back. Colonel Friedstrom called me on that. It's been a long road trying to get back. They told me I couldn't get off it once I got off it. And turns out you couldn't get off it for 10 years, so I'm back. I'm super excited to come back to NC3. I'm super excited for the evolution that the squadron has seen. I'm super excited to see what kind of boss-eye and relationships we now have with the RJ and the rest of the fleet. And my heart and passion has always been nuclear command and control and making sure STRATCOM can execute the authorities of the president when the day calls. And Taiwan is definitely on the chopping block, and the day may come. So I'm super excited to get started with you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Pierce. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the men and women of the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron, we are proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Wegg and wish him and his family good luck and Godspeed in their new assignment across the street at U.S. STRATCOM. We are honored to have Lieutenant Colonel Pierce and his family as he assumes command of the 55th Strategic Communications Squadron. We invite everyone to attend the reception immediately following the ceremony in the atrium. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Air Force Song. To continue our newest Warhawk tradition, please remember to fist bump at the line, give him the gun, and take. Finally, we ask that everyone please remain in place until the official party and their families have departed.